Yeah, like I'll call it. I'll say like, press play now, but not right now because it's time to welcome you all back to Nerd Bible Podcast, a Christmas edition. Oh, Santa's
Oh,
got a big sack that needs emptying.
a big sack full of Kylie Minogue wine.
Oh yes, if only that's what we want every Christmas.
Now all I can think of is, have you guys seen? This is such a random tangent. You brought me on. You should know this was coming. The way
Andy,
I
this
said
is
that,
what we
it
bring
reminded
you
me
on
of.
for.
I know. I don't know if you guys have seen the sort of recent resurgence of keeping up appearance memes all over TikTok and stuff.
No.
But it's like it became a big meme on TikTok for a bit. It got me and Phil to end up watching the show. We're like most of the way through it now. I love it. It's so good. But there's this one clip that went really viral where Hyacinth Bouquet's like pissed up at a festival. And it's just this clip of her going, the Dodgy Lady Ursula's homemade gooseberry wine. And it's just her saying that progressively drunker. And the way I said the Kylie Minogue wine just made me think of that then. But if anyone was my spirit animal, I'd like to think it's Hyacinth Bouquet. So.
Well, in the spirit of Hyacinth Bouquet, I mean, Richard is in this episode, isn't he? So
he is, yes, full circle.
Richard?
Yes, he is in this. Richard.
Have you ever listened to the Keeping Up Appearances Luxury podcast with William Hanson?
No, I haven't, but I know exactly who William Hanson is, so that sounds like it'd be a delight.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, as someone who's like, I'm a mild fan of it because my grandparents and like my mum watched it, so like I know of it. Like each episode is dedicated to a specific episode of it, and it's so funny. I think they do a special one from the QE2.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
quite
good.
I don't know how I got into. I don't know how I found out about the show or got into because I knew about it long before TikTok. I think it's
you're one of the cool ones.
Yeah, I've always quite liked old sitcoms. I don't know. I think that's one of the best ones to be found.
There's nothing better than the BBC at Christmas, and
No,
it's time.
I always like the 40 Tower on Gallifrey myself, but that's for another time.
You could probably tell that we are joined once again by our esteemed guest, the wonderful, the effervescent, the maybe drunk later on. It's Mr. Andy Kemp.
Hello. Thank you for having me. It's been too long. I say that we did already do an episode once this year, but it's still too long, and we have one more in the works, so I'm very excited.
We do. Andy is back for a Stephen Moffat Christmas special because he can't keep away when we talk about Joy to the World, which will be one of our first episodes into the new year, because obviously it's not actually Christmas right now, but we're recording it now because that's how it makes all our lives easier. And
we're recording it the day before the US election, so if the world has burned before you see this, that's why.
Yay! America needs a WAP, a woman as president.
It does. It also needs a wet ass pussy, but it does indeed need a woman.
I mean, if you get Donald Trump wet, he is a bit of a pussy, so you know.
Oh, I don't want to see him wet. He's bad enough dry.
Yeah. There's a whole TikTok thing on like how his this is really fucking weird. Like there's like makeup trends on like the way they've sort of done him.
I think I saw this on Twitter as well.
Yeah, and it makes him just look horrifying in certain lights. Like in a blue light, the orange isn't bad, but in like a more warmer light, it looks worse, like an Oompa Loompas testicle.
Have you seen the thing about how apparently the oranger he looks, the more stressed he is?
Imagine if that was true for me. I'd be fucking like bright orange all the time. But someone who doesn't get stressed because he is as cool as his avatar of David Tennant, my co-host, Mr. Coloressa. Merry Christmas.
Hi. Merry Christmas. And a bar humbug to all of you at home. No, I'm not Mr. Anti-Christmas, but yeah, by the time this actually comes out, you lovely listeners, I will be in the spirit. But as of 8 weeks before the day of Christmas, boo! Bring back Halloween, damn it!
Yeah, you are a Halloween child by proxy, aren't you? Really? That's your. I'm
a Halloween adult. I was a Christmas kid. I loved the Polar Express, whether I was in Gallifrey or Planet Earth. But then, as I've gotten older and things have changed, I just, the scares and the thrills and not the jumps so much, but the adult scares thrill me more than being a train on a certain express. But anyway, it's that time
But
of
the rest
season.
of the adult
Bring
life
the
is
Polar
scary,
Express.
Connor. We need the joy. We need joy to the world.
I know. Joy to the world. Coming, yeah, literally by the time this comes out, yeah. Hopefully it will be just as joyous as this recording.
Exactly. It's happening right now. We're watching Joy to the World right now in the other room. Any last predictions for that Christmas special? Because we can sort of, time capsule this because it's like 8 weeks out.
It's going to end on a really sad note. I don't know.
What the
I mean,
Russell T Davies is going to write more of it.
Wow. No, we love Russell. He's the joy to the world of Doctor Who. But no, I'll just say the title suggests happy episode, happy season. But because again, I'm an adult and I'm dark, it's going to end on a somber note. But I don't know how though. Don't worry.
We know what Moffat Christmas specials are like. There's usually some kind of dark element to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's what we love about him. I hope Chibnall comes back and writes an episode at some point. I'd love to, get some reprieve for that man, even though he's shit at fucking exposition. But we'll get there one day, Chris. You can make a career out of this, yeah, I suppose. Right.
We'll give you some pointers. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll do a masterclass. We'll teach you how to write. It's fine. So Andy has got some games lined up for them. He can drop them in whenever he likes, like a sort of ITV host gone rogue. So we look forward to them.
Yeah.
Like Bradley Walsh, like a bit more sparkly. We're all at 0-0, right, on our respective. For some reason,
yes.
Got a fucking 4-minute.
I've got the extended Snyder cut of Doctor Who. I've got the Snyder cut of this episode. But don't worry, I won't spoil the ending until I get to it because even I don't know what happens in this extra 4 minutes. But yeah,
maybe you've got like Time Crash, and Voyage of the Damned as a double bill.
No, I reckon it's just the trailer for the season because I'm watching it from the complete Series 4 Blu-ray set because I didn't want any internet crashes unexpectedly. Just because when I put George and internet in the same sentence, I mean, no offense, it doesn't end well.
None taken. It's fine.
No. So I just thought I'd stick to my physical copy. But hey, there's 4 minutes. Maybe it's Jared Leto is going to appear at the end and dampen the mood. I don't know. Maybe.
Spider-Man.
But either way, I'll let you know when I get to it. Or if it's Time Crash, then I'll just awkwardly fast forward it. Hopefully, it will skip the edit, and yeah, we'll get to it. Anyway, we'll find out shortly.
So in the spirit of the season, raise yourself a glass. Let's cheers, everyone. Cheers, lads. Thanks for joining us this Christmas.
Thumbs up.
Should have poured myself more than one glass, but we'll have to deal with that later. All right. Are we ready?
Indeed.
3, 2, 1. Press play now.
Brilliant.
I love David Tennant. Look at him.
I love that outfit. He's gorgeous.
I love the TARDIS as well. Oh, good time. Oh no, I remember because this.
Oh my god!
Like 3 or 4
What's
times.
happening here?
What? So because this happened at the end of Last of the Time Lords, then it happens at the end of Time Crash, and then happens at the beginning of this. So the amount of times we'd seen the Titanic crash before this episode actually started was ridiculous.
Could that not be a drinking game? How many times does it say what in all those scenes?
You'd be pissed.
We should have just drunk every time.
That CGI has aged very oddly.
I want to drink for that. Jesus.
Do you know what I like as well? He's on his own, so he's had a bit of a shit time because Martha's, stood up for herself and left the abusive relationship she was in.
Independence.
And he's just found a party and joined in.
As you do. If only it was that. If it was that easy.
How do we feel about when the Doctor's on his own between companions? Because I quite like it.
I do. I always think of Deadly Assassin. Yeah.
It's nice seeing him develop a new dynamic with someone, even if it's just for like an episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's the Golden Weeping Angels.
It's the Claws of Axos.
Oh
yeah.
Jimmy V, rest in peace. Do you remember on the Doctor Who website, they used to have the adventure calendars. So they do like a new thing every day up until the Christmas special, like on the website, like games and stuff. And one of it was the puzzle that you had to do with the Titanic.
No,
Simpler times.
I strangely don't remember that one.
This is also the first instance of the new theme tune.
It is.
This is still my favorite version of the theme song. I fucking love this version.
It's shit that they only use it for this one, and then they rearrange it
it's only
slightly
this
again for
episode,
Series 4.
Yeah.
I like
This
how
is the
rocky
best
and guitar it
version of
is.
the best theme tune. Shots fired.
That's the thing for me as well. As a rock music fan, the heavier elements are what really makes me like this one a lot.
Voyage of to Damned. This is probably, this is going up there in terms of each year. I like this a bit more just because this is kind of the pantomime Christmas special.
Isn't this is this still? Does this still hold the record as the most watched episode ever?
Of Doctor Who, because I believe it was 11.8 or something million.
Something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
Yeah, because there's regular episodes that are sort of like the highest, but it always comes below Voyage, I think.
I have vague memories watching this Christmas Day, 2007.
Love it.
I definitely was here at the sofa.
I have that obsessive thing where like I can just remember each Christmas by what Doctor Who episode was on and where I watched it and who I was with, just because I was such a lonely child. But it's just you kind of almost just get fucking Russell Tovey, the once and future Doctor.
Russell Tovey, man. Yeah.
Also a very attractive man.
Very, and he's going to be in the Sea Devil
Devil thing,
in the sea.
All of Man and Sea.
The Sea Man. He's going to be the Sea Man in the Sea Devils.
For All Man and Sea. I don't know what it's called.
But he's not playing Midshipman Frame, which is a waste. I love him in Years and Years as well.
Kind of reminds me of the Spun. They bring back actors and don't reprise their roles. A bit suspicious.
Are you comparing Russell T Davies to Avi Arad?
Absolutely not. I love Russell. Avi, no. Avi is in a league of his own, but no. I love Russell.
Look, guys, commercialism is the villain.
It's Lex Luthor, but done good.
I love it, man.
My name is Max.
I love
Shout
the
out
fucking tuxedo.
I don't know why this makes me think this, but do you remember in Mummy on the Orient Express when they had Foxes sing a version of Don't Stop Me Now on the train?
I like all those, like when there's, because I think these first 3 Christmas specials had just like different people singing stuff. Like you had the one where David Tennant gets dressed, that song, the song at Donna's wedding, and then you got like the rendition of Winter Wonderland. Like it's nice. It just makes it feel a bit more like something's happening instead of if it was just a CD put in speakers.
Was 10 the first one, and then I can't remember what the second one was called now, but they were both bangers. The second one especially. The one where
Heart Don't Wish to Roam was the second one, I think.
Yes, so it's like Heart Don't Roam or something,
yeah. Come on,
take me home, cause my body's tired of traveling, and my heart
don't wish to roam.
Oh, it's so good.
Does anyone else feel like it's 2007, like they don't have to pay their taxes?
I know, what a lovely time in life.
So good. Yeah, this was, I think, David Tennant at the peak of his powers. Like Series 3 had like really sort of brought so many more viewers into it. And then there was this.
This is like, in terms of England, this was peak Doctor Who in terms of like the popularity. I feel like in terms of globally, Series 5 and 6 were like peak.
Yeah, that's when it really sort of cracked America. I'd say the beginning, like the first, ironically, the first 2 episodes of Series 6 are very sort of like, oh, this is everywhere.
Yeah,
like everyone loves this. But yeah, because I think Series 4, like, it's not my favorite Tennant series, but I think everyone's just so in key, and it's almost like, and I'm not taking the piss, but it's almost a bit autopilot-y. They're kind of like, they know what they've got to do. Everyone's working to the best of their thing. It's still a very good series, but then I think you get like the next Doctor and the specials afterwards, and it's a bit sort of like treading water until like the next lot come in.
Yeah, I get that.
But I love What Was on Mars is probably one of the best episodes of Doctor Who ever. So at least you
it's
have.
still one of the absolutely.
Shame it's not like Christmas.
It's one that I don't watch very often though, just because even though I've watched it quite a few times, it is a difficult watch. Like some parts of it are really traumatizing.
Mm. I like this.
There
You know what?
she is.
We forget Kylie was an actress. We forget about Neighbours, don't we?
That's the thing. She's not a bad actor at all. I think she's perfectly fine in this.
And they would have been great together, I think, but it would have been so fucking expensive.
Okay.
Did you ever see Russell talking about the next Doctor on Confidential? Like, where do we go from Kylie on the Titanic? Do we have like Cheryl Cole on the Hindenburg?
I forgot he said that.
Watch Doctor Who Confidential on BBC iPlayer, the full episodes while you can, because everything's getting deleted off iPlayer.
Oh.
Terror
What?
of the Zygons is gone. Seeds of Death.
Oh yes,
Fear
read
Her.
that this week / 8 weeks ago. Yes.
Fear Her, obviously,
Boo.
because of that.
They're going to bring the
new
back
reader.
up, aren't they, though, didn't they say?
I don't.
I mean, I hope they do.
Fear
They
Her,
have.
they got a redub because of a certain newsreader. Obviously, Unearthly Child because of the rights issue with the writer's son.
Yeah.
Who's holding on to it. But then there's a lot of stuff I think in Classic Wise that's kind of getting towards the end of the license. But all the 05 to 22 stuff was still saying over a year, so maybe the classic's not done as well as they thought. But stuff like the
Shame.
Doctor Who night for the 60th, where David Tennant presents it, and other little things have slowly been taken off. So hopefully, Confidential full episodes are still on there because I need to work my way through them. And a shame that DVDs only have the full episodes for the special. Sorry, Con.
No. I literally just went past my thumbnail or my profile picture.
One thing this episode does really well, I'm jumping ahead a bit, but one thing this episode does really well, I think, is handling a big cast of characters and making you care about them.
Yeah. 100%. I think this is what this era and the beginning bit of the next era did so well. It's like it's important. Like death should always be in Doctor Who for stakes. Like to get to, like you say, meet a character for like 5-10 minutes. Like these two, get to know them so well, and then to be devastated by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Like it's so well done. Like these little characters make the stories what they are, because otherwise, if it was just the Doctor, just gallivanting through, didn't talk to anyone, everyone died, he'd just sort of be a bit like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, the buffet.
Oh, there's food. Yeah, can't have that, can we?" Ooh,
Red 6-7.
Sonic champagne.
Connor, I think, are you slightly behind?
No. He's shaking Marvin von Hoff's hand. What do you mean?
Well, that's already happened for me.
We've just cut back to the bridge for me.
Yep, that's where I am. You're only like a couple of seconds behind, I think. Diverting all power to deck 31.
You know what? Every single time. Not
Sorry,
that
carry
I've
on,
seen this one all that many times, really. I could not tell you exactly why the captain was working with Max. I don't remember at all. I never remember why.
It's because they offered his family so much money because he's dying anyway.
Oh, that was it. Okay. There's Richard. Hello.
Richard?
He had some very interesting things to say about the show in the magazine, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that interview with Benjamin Cook.
Mm.
But Benjamin Cook's a knob anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Mm.
I love that. It's just like, and I like that Mr. Copper's mentioned in the series 4 finale.
Yeah.
Like the foundation that he set up is like develop the technology to do the massive super Skype
network.
call with Harriet Jones.
Yes, the subway network.
And I love all of this, like the the Chinese whispers effect of certain traditions on Earth that he's got from his happy-go-lucky dry cleaner and Earth historian course. They then eat the turkey people for Christmas. My favourite line is when they're down on Earth, and he says, "Now just keep an eye out because any day now they start boxing."
Mhm.
All the people he's a talking conker. Fucking love it. Oh god, it's just so flowy. Oh, it's empty. Oh, and I like it as repercussions from the last couple of specials where bad stuff has happened on Christmas. And also, we get the first appearance of Mr. Bernard Cribbins,
Yes, of course we do.
which
Good
was
old Will.
completely by accident. He was in it, and then Russell changed his name last minute, and then retroactively made him Donna's granddad with the sad passing of the gentleman who played Donna's father.
Yeah.
But we got Wilf, and that's all that matters. She does do that, like, sort of otherworldly joy stuff quite well, doesn't she?
I forget how small she is.
Mm. And I also forget how tall he is, because he's what, 6'2", 6'3"?
To the interweb, let's find out. Game for audience at home, you can bet in the comments below. How tall is David
Big
Tennant?
bloody rock. And there was that star electrocuting all over the place. See, people would think that's the fan service now, but it's just like, oh, do you remember when this happened a couple of series ago? Here's a bit of payoff for it.
That is one thing this era did very well, I think, was sort of keeping maybe because it was such an earthbound sort of like group of seasons. It was kind of nice seeing how everything retroactively had an effect on things.
David, according to the internet, is only 6'1".
Oh, maybe he's shrinking.
Older than me.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe he was 6'4" in 2007.
I like how they call back to this as well in Poison's Sontaran Stratagem, Poison Sky. Here, Christmas Day disappeared. If I had to push you guys for a top 3 Doctor Who Christmas specials, what would they be?
I mean, I know mine off the bat. I'm letting other people jump in before I take over.
I would say for me, Christmas Invasion, Christmas Carol, and I'd probably say this.
Yeah, I'll say that. Copying you. That's my order, I think. Yeah, I think that's my order.
Okay, so this one is mainly just for my attachment to the character more than the actual episode itself, but Husbands of River Song.
I do. That's a close fourth. That's gone up as well because that's also very like pantomimey and just sort of like Capaldi actually having fun and watching him play off Alex Kingston. I do like that one.
It's really silly up until like the last 15 minutes when it gets really emotional, but like in a great way.
And they finally close that book.
And it ties River's story up really well, I think.
And it was nice because we'd missed her as well, hadn't it? Like she'd been gone long enough for us to be like, oh, it's a River story. This is fun.
What else? I don't know if this is a very controversial opinion, but I think Last Christmas is amazing.
Oh, I just don't gel with it. I just don't gel with Danny Pink.
I haven't watched Last Christmas for years.
I think Last Christmas is really good. I would also put Christmas Invasion up there. I do think that one is probably the best RTD one. But my ultimate number one is A Christmas Carol. Like, there's no way anything's topping it.
There isn't another number one there. There isn't.
Christmas Carol is not only like peak Christmas Doctor Who. I think it's also Moffat at his best as well, which is funny because it's just a Christmas episode.
Yeah. Before he kept overthinking things, I think like that first one was just like such lightning in a bottle. And then it was like, oh, I'll make the Christmas specials a certain thing. So then it's like, the second one's Narnia, the third one it's very like Dickensian, and then it's just like, oh,
Actually,
now we've got to kill the Doctor.
it is quite interesting to me because Doctor Widow and the Wardrobe is my least favourite of all of them. I've never liked it.
Yep.
But I actually rate the Snowmen quite highly. I think that'd be in my top
Yeah.
5. I really like the Snowmen.
I really like the Snowman. It's it should have been Victoria and Clara, shouldn't it?
It really should have been.
Mm.
I mean, Neil Gaiman thought it was.
Yeah. Well, can't really talk about him anymore, can we? Jesus.
Wait, what's
Yeah.
happened with Neil Gaiman? I don't know.
So there was a thing. It was a little while ago because I think Mike sent it in the Discord. It was that he'd been accused of SA as well.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mr. Sandman.
Which is, Nightmare in Silver is, shit, but it's a shame because I love
Doctor's
Good
Wife
Omens.
is really good.
Not
I
the
love
Christmas special.
Doctor's Wife. I like all this as well because, like you say, he's not known these characters for long, but Morvin and what's his wife now? I've already forgotten. Like, they're already like Foon. Hello. They're already like defending him, trying to get him off. Oh, Rixton, what a prick! Prixton, they should have called him.
Yeah.
Damn right, Trixton.
But I love it. Like it subverts the trope. Like all the nice ones, like don't make it.
Yeah, the one
It's well
arsehole
done.
actually lives, yeah.
Well, yeah, because he even gets that line, doesn't he? Like of all the people
Yeah, he
if you
does.
could have picked to survive, he wouldn't have been on there.
Is it him and Mr. Copper that end up surviving to the end? I can't remember. I think it is.
Yes, and Midshipman,
yes,
but Midshipman
yeah.
doesn't really sort of count, does he? Because he's just there. How he doesn't bleed out as well. 6 months, yeah, he's got 6 months to live. For my family. $500 billion years, and it still comes down to money. I hope Hyde Park turns round and has a big shit on you.
Look at they're drinking and they're just like, whoa, destruction! No, I didn't. No, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And at this point, we were in a Labour government, so we didn't have this many openly arrogant white Tories, did we?
No.
Oh, shame. That CGI impact of the thing was a bit shaky. Other than that, that's all right.
I thought that was a pretty good shot, actually, to be fair. CGI, yeah, was a bit wonky, but the actual shot itself looked really cool.
I remember like the BBC One like television spot, and then like when David lands and sort of like looks up like right in front of the camera, and then it'd be like Christmas Day, BBC One, and it's just like, oh, I've just got goosebumps thinking about it. Slightly different question, but regarding if you could have had Chris do any of the Christmas specials, regardless of where it comes, what would you have wanted to see him in? Because I think he would have been really fucking funny in this.
Yeah, I can see him
this
being
very
really
much
good in
feels
this,
like
actually.
Eccleston. Yeah, I can imagine Eccleston.
I feel like his northernness would have really pitched
Mhm.
well across from Prickter. I feel like he wouldn't have stood for him really.
You
Not
might
that
have pushed him
Penn
in.
does, but yeah.
You can fuck off and all, and he kicks him into the reactor.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have also liked to see him in the Snowman, because I think tonally that version of the Doctor's quite close to him.
True. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
I can
true.
see that.
Yeah, that would have been another nice
Like,
experiment. Yeah.
Yeah, losing a companion like Rose might have, severed his hearts again, and he would have had to sort of been reborn as the Doctor. Like he sort of basically his arc for series 1, but in 60 minutes.
Yeah.
I like this as well because David's kind of like not David, like the Doctor is trying to assess the situation, sort of gather his bearings and everything, and then like people are arguing. The guy opens the airlock and he's kind of still not got the room. Like everyone's not 100% behind him yet.
Yeah.
He's just a handsome stowaway at this point.
Yeah. And the excuse of the TARDIS not being a way out, Like I think that works because naturally that would have happened, but it's I like that it just locks in on Earth. And it's like, well, he's got to survive it to get home. So that there's the next series, so he's probably going to survive this one. Yes, he says that just to make sure that you know that he's a prick.
You know what the annoying thing is, though? I think he's a really good actor.
I think he was in Emmerdale at the time, and he was a knob in that, but he's very good. I've not seen him in a lot
He's
since.
very good at playing dickheads. Is this a Christmas special with the highest body count? Because a lot of people die in this.
No, I don't know. I want to say it is without thinking about it.
Not many people die.
I forgot how many people get mortified in this.
Or maybe Time of the Doctor because they're at war, so like you assume that loads of people just die.
True. Off screen, yeah.
Yeah, off screen, so they don't really count. But we've seen a lot of people just floating around on a green screen bit of space. And people will say it's naff, but I like the ticking clock on this. The fact that if the reactor fails, then the Stormdrive will wipe out the planet, and it's all for the compensation thing. So that's the thing we have to stop.
I also like that because I assume Russell wrote this with the foreknowledge that he was going to have this be relevant to Series 4 as well. I like the fact that this all ends up becoming relevant in Turn Left.
Yeah, I like that whole what if kind of episode where like the Doctor's not there to stop any of these problems because he died in 2006 under the Thames.
I'm just
technically 2007 because it's a year out, isn't it? So because he meets Rose in 2005 and then he comes back a year later to drop her off in Aliens of London.
Yeah.
So we're kind of
out of forget that that's how it works. I always forget that that's the timeline technically.
Yeah, because it also nothing really contradicts, does it? So you can kind of ignore it.
No. But it gets reset in Series 5 anyway because they make it very clear that the Doctor or Amy first starts traveling with the Doctor during June 2010, which is around the time the finale aired.
Yeah. Yeah, because they call it because I don't know if you've ever seen Moffat's 3-part interview with Crystal D on the old Doctor Who fan show.
I did when it first came out. If I remember rightly, yeah.
Because part 3 took ages to come out, and he was saying like every sort of so often you sort of clean house and start everything and sort of lightly reset the continuity. Otherwise, you'd get to a point where like, oh, there's Daleks in the sky, and no one would really react because they see it every year. Or it'll be like, oh, is it Christmas? Is there going to be an invasion sort of thing? So I get it from that point because I think there's definitely a reset with all jokes aside, like with the title, but the pilot is very sort of like nothing's sort of been seen by Bill. Not like Donna's excuse of, oh, she missed everything. Like, they had Cybermen in Spain, Donna.
The pilot's an underrated episode. I rewatched it recently.
I'm due a big rewatch. I love this show. By this point, I was a fully fledged fucking Whovian because I kind of watched Series 1 on repeat on BBC 3 because my mum wasn't sure if I'd like it and she didn't want me getting in the way of telly on a Saturday night. So I'd watch it that way. And then it's like the middle of Series 2. I remember like starting the Age of Steel, like watching it on the Saturday and then watching the repeat on BBC 3 on the Sunday. And this starts the weird thing of he's like, he has to talk about his age every year. So this Doctor kind of lives as long as David Tennant is the Doctor.
Yeah, David's Tennant, yeah.
That moment, though, is still so good. I love that bit.
That's probably his best one of those, look at me, I'm the Doctor kind of ones. Because they sort of take the piss out of it in Day of the Doctor, didn't they?
Yeah.
And you are basically just a rabbit, aren't you?
Day of the Doctor's one where he starts it and then it's like, actually, in fact, you're just a rabbit, aren't you?
Yeah. And also, considering this is just like an industrial warehouse, like they've done
Yeah.
really well, like with the interiors and the set design on this.
Yeah.
You believe that they are like, they're not just going up one flight of stairs.
Oh
Like
god,
it's
that music sting just there reminded me of. Did you guys ever play the Doctor Who adventure games that released on PC like years ago? This
yeah,
is around series.
Yeah, snippets. Yeah.
That music was like the music they
Yeah.
had on in the
I think I
background when
know
you were
the theme you're on about.
investigating
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
there were some good games.
They were good. I played the shit out of them. I loved them.
The second series of them weren't great.
As the same. No,
I think
definitely
I
didn't
only
hold
played
up.
the first one because there was the Dalek on the Cybermen one, the one in the TARDIS, and the Vashta Nerada one, and then they did like a bonfire night one with the Sontarans and the Rutans, I think.
Yeah, the gunpowder
And then
plot.
I didn't play any of the ones after those.
There's got to be a way to sort of emulate them, maybe.
On the dark web, maybe.
I'd kill for a good Doctor Who game.
Same.
I think the world would implode if we had a good Doctor Who game, let alone a video game.
I think the way you do it though is like the Lego Dimensions level pack. The fact that it's just like it's just a new story, and then like the gimmick
Yeah.
is that you cycle through your regenerations.
Yeah. I'd love like a Doctor Who semi-open world RPG thing where you can, to an extent, not necessarily customize your Doctor. Or maybe that is a selling point. Maybe you can decide how your Doctor looks and
Yeah, like you
do
can be
everything.
the
You
Doctor,
can-
maybe. But then it's
Yeah,
quite
make
hard
your own.
because he doesn't have a weapon, does he? So like with those, like the only
Yeah.
person you could really play as in that kind of game would have to be River, wouldn't it?
Perhaps. Yeah. Yeah.
Because River doesn't mind shooting anyone.
Yeah.
No, but unless you, well, I don't know, if you make it RPG and character decisions and stuff, you can make the odd Doctor moment break character and kill in odd occasions. But yeah, it'd be inconsistent. But
See,
Yeah,
now I'm
but
just
maybe that would be
picturing
nice.
like a Baldur's Gate style game where you make your own
yes,
kind of like essentially like space bounty hunter sort of character who, and it obviously as the story
Yeah.
goes on, you find out you're in the Doctor Who universe, and that would be really cool.
Did you ever play Mass Effect? Because that's literally a space sci-fi with like space stations and travel, and it's Mass Effect.
I do have them. I don't think I ever played them though. I tried playing the first one. I think I struggled to get into it.
Yeah, it is a bit slow at the beginning, but yeah, once you're in the open world bit and you can explore all the time and space, then yeah, it's a great series, great trilogy. Shout out to Mass Effect.
I like
Shout
this
out
bit as
Bioware.
well. This is coming in. This comes into play later, but the Doctor doesn't know it. It's just Astrid.
Yeah.
No.
They have their nice little moment. You get the moment with Morvin and Foon down there having their little thing, cementing their relationship to the viewers, just to break your heart.
Yeah.
One thing that I've always really appreciated about this, especially the way that they involved Kylie and her sort of attitude towards it, is that to my knowledge, she's never been embarrassed by the fact that she was involved in Doctor Who. She's always seemed very proud of the fact that she did it, which is really nice considering how some guest stars have been. The fact that she's so proudly like, yeah, I did an episode of Doctor Who. It was great fun. Like, I love that.
Yeah. Do you reckon if they hadn't got her, they would have got Danny to do it?
Oh. I mean, I would have thought about it for sure. They would have thought about it.
Danny would have been on the Hindenburg in 2008.
Kylie or Danny.
I'd like to think as well that Sorry, carry on, Andy.
I was going to say, what crash ship can we put Jason Donovan on then?
Something to do with Joseph. He puts on his hazmat suit, and
Ark.
it's like brightly coloured.
Chuck him at Noah's Ark.
Jason Donovan will open the Ark. I like this realization as well. The plot's starting to come together because the life sign's going out and it's the host. Then it's like, oh, that makes sense of why they've all been misbehaving. Naughty, naughty host. Turn it off! Turn it off! And these are the only kind of moments that Dave, like the Doctor. I keep saying David, but then David and the Doctor are one in the same now. Like they are one entity. But like him he's like, you know, he's panicking because something's happening that he doesn't know what to do. But also he's kind of got to not panic because he knows that they're all trusting him.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, Jackie. It's also a shout out for how fucking strong Mr. Copper is in a minute.
Yeah.
Hyacinth would be proud. Do you reckon Clive was in it? Is his name Clive? What's his name? Clive. What's his face? Who plays Duke in Tracy Beaker? Like I was gonna say, like you know, that was big at the time. You know, get the viewers, get the kids in. Everyone come watch Duke from Tracy Beaker get killed. What a man! Is he dead now?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate when you get to that point where some of your favorite stuff, most of the people aren't alive anymore. Harry Potter's going that way, but you know, fuck J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Cool.
Why did Alonso take the time to put his jacket back on when he's clearly in a lot
Because he
of
looks
pain?
cooler.
That's his signature character trait.
Yeah. He's
He
got to
can't
have
do
the
anything without his
style.
jacket.
Would you have liked Russell Tovey as the Doctor when you know Russell kind of dropped him in it, didn't he? He was like, "Oh, I think you know that Russell Tovey's a good young actor that could maybe be the Doctor one day after this episode." I think he said it in an interview.
He could have been pretty good, to be fair.
He could have been good. I'm surprised Big Finish haven't got taken advantage of his skills.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him do it now.
Whoever the Doctor ends up being after Shooty, I really hope that she's a woman again.
Yeah, I maintain the thing that I would have loved it to be sort of like 3 women in a row, all at different ages.
I would have
and
been
points
happy.
in their
I
life.
would have been happy with having another woman after Jodie, just because everyone like really shit on her really, just because she was a female Doctor when she was never the problem. And I would have kind of liked to have a female Doctor with a different writer so that we could go, look, it wasn't the fact that she's a woman that's the problem.
It's the writing, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have liked Joe Martin to be the Doctor, like full time, because I think it's such a waste that your first Doctor, played by a person of color, was an incarnation that didn't really count.
Yeah.
And a woman, and she's such a great actor. Like, it would have been nice to see her sort of. She would have been almost like Eccleston, like sort of like.
I was really disappointed with how Chibnall handled her, especially in Power of the Doctor, because like I think as an actor, yeah, Joe Martin was incredible, and they could have done so much more with her.
Well, come next month, by the time this comes out, we'll have less than a month until, again, you audio listeners of Big Finish can hear her, but maybe one day we'll see her on screen in the very foreseeable future. Hopefully.
I'd like her to be treated like a normal Doctor if there was an anniversary special, if she turned up.
For sure. $1,000,000%.
Because that whole plot line sort of been made irrelevant by the fact of, you know, she's the one that says, like, it doesn't matter, like, you know, where you come from, like, it's who you are now that matters. And then it was kind of like, yeah, it is fine. And then Jodie was still like, oh, I don't know who I am. Oh, dear.
My least favourite thing about that entire plot line is the fact that it really does feel like Chibnall came up with it just for the sake of trying to have this canon-shaking plot line. Because after he'd done the reveal of, oh, the Doctor's not the Time Lord, he never really went anywhere with it. And that's a shame because he could have made it way more interesting.
Yeah, it kind of ended up meaning nothing by the end of. But then it was it? Did he jump before he was pushed in terms of his tenure ending?
Maybe, yeah.
Possibly.
It's a shame. I would like to sort of whoever. I know the joke is that do we just go between the same 3 showrunners now, like round and round until one of them dies? But I would like someone else new after Russell. I wouldn't mind the others doing an episode here and there because I think if anything, it's proved that Moffat is he's still got it in there when he doesn't have to do it every year.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am, the biggest Moffat stan you'll ever know. So I would never complain if he did come back like full time. But I think having him back to do the odd episode is more than enough.
Well, first big death.
Ignoring the trinity of Doctor Who directors at the minute, who would we like outside of the Who-universe completely if we could just have any director come in to do an era, a season, a couple episodes?
Well, the director or a showrunner?
All of it. Showrunner, all of it. Fuck it.
Oh, showrunner. I don't really pay attention to who's fucking writing and producing at the moment. Do you know what? I'd like Phoebe Waller-Bridge to write an episode.
Yes, I would love that.
I don't know if she'd want to stick around and do it like as a full-time thing.
She'd actually be a pretty good doctor, I think.
I don't know. I gel with her writing more than I gel with her acting. The most I've gelled with her acting has probably been aside from Fleabag has probably been, and I'm not big into that. I still need to sort of like sit down and just let that fucking absorb into me.
Oh, I love Fleabag. It's so good.
I like it's written so well, but it's just one of them shows that hasn't like grabbed me.
Yeah,
add that to the 903 things I've not watched. Sorry, 904, whatever energy is in this.
She rewrote a bit of Bond, and that seemed to go down all right. Like the dialogue seemed like there's points where it's like, oh, that's a bit sort of Fleabag-ish. Yeah, acting wise, I've not really ever gelled with her. Even in like Indiana Jones was kind of like palatable, but I think she's a fantastic writer. I like Mallory Blackman to come back and do another one without Chibnall sort of writing over it. Who else? Who's writing these days? I'm so out of the loop with a lot of shows because I just probably like you guys end up rewatching a lot of older stuff. So I'm not aware of the newer talent.
Have you guys been watching? This is a completely different show, and we've not watched the last couple of episodes yet, so don't spoil it if you have. But have you guys been watching Agatha?
No, I need to. So that's our thing for Halloween. That definitely already happened.
It's been really good. I'm quite impressed because I have not cared about Marvel for a long time. I liked WandaVision, so we said we'd watch Agatha, and we've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a shame that it came out like 3 years after we wanted it, though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Like this, everything's going wrong. Look, they're all going to fall in. It's all sad.
This episode is very good at coming up with different ways to sort of amp up the sort of tension without repeating itself.
Yes.
Like, we have the corridor caved in where they had to move stuff apart. We've had this like sort of bridge that they need to get across without it falling. Like they do a really good job of coming up with different scenarios to put the characters in.
I like this bit when they realise that the angels have wings.
I do think this bit's a bit cheesy.
It is. Not as cheesy as the Jesus metaphor at the end where David literally gets risen up by the angels and taken.
Oh, yeah, that bit's the worst bit.
But I like the discovery of like, emergency program 1, all that comes into play later in the fact that he has to learn that it's 3, he only gets 3 questions. And they do the whole thing. Like it's similar to, I don't know if you've both watched and enjoyed Dungeons and Dragons, but you only get 3 questions thing with the corpse. Like, why did you say it as a question?
Yeah.
I didn't. It's like fantastic.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
Speak with Dead, you only get 3 questions.
Yeah, and like with this was like,
that's
not fair. Can I start again? Another one.
Oh, I
good old
forget
Jimmy
this is where
V.
he does that.
Yeah, sacrifices himself for the greater good.
Oh.
They all like. It's a bit. I think you could have spaced out some of these deaths a bit more because in this scene alone, you're losing 3 of them. Because then Foon's going to do a heroic thing.
Well, that's why I'd forgotten he does that already. Because I was like, well, Foon goes in a minute because she goes with her husband.
Yeah.
But I forgot that Banaka Falata goes before her as well.
Yeah, they need to streamline it so they can, they can just charge the bit of kit in him and not keep taking him around and plugging him into the outlet.
But they need plenty of space to build up for the fact that they're going to kill Kylie. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers, as I say, very late.
But this is where a podcast friendship was formed on a cold day in 2007 that we talked about, 15 years later.
Unbeknownst to us at the time, yeah.
Forget how young David is. Like, he's aged like fine wine, but like, fuck me, that guy's young.
This was 17 years ago.
Yeah, man. The fact that, next year, was 20 years since Series 1.
I know. Oh, that's shocking. Shocking.
I was 8 when Series 1 started. Mental. Good podcast if anyone who wants to. I mean, you still can listen to it. 9 is 10 by former CBBC presenter Chris Johnson of Big Damn Cast fame, who I'm a big fan of. Did a episode commentary on every single episode with different guests, and did sort of like it was called the after party. It was like after the episode would sometimes be the same guest, sometimes a different one. Talk about where they were when they watched this episode, and he generally, the guest that he gets on is the guest of the favorite episode. Like, their favorite episode of Series 1 is like Dalek, so they speak on Dalek, like, so to speak. It's quite good. Ends it with a Christmas Invasion. It's on official CDJ YouTube. Those masks look great, even though you can see a bit of the actor's mouth in it. Do you think this story would have, been too much of a downer if everyone had died apart from the Doctor?
I mean, yes, but also, let's be real. They all, all the really nice ones die anyway.
Apart from Mr. Copper.
Yeah, okay.
But, had he got through it and just been on his own, it would have maybe sort of set in motion sort of the Time Lord Victorious kind of stuff that he plays with more at the end of Series 4. The fact that he sort of gets the complex of that he's losing everyone, but then it's like, oh no, I can control it. I'm the only one left. It would maybe sort of supersede that early a little bit. Gives away the Sonic. Oh, and the traditional, the Doctor's got to kiss every companion that he ever has. Which we didn't see come back for Jodie. They didn't let her kiss Mandip, did they?
They should have done, really.
I mean, that romance was just confirmed too late on in the day when it was like, oh, there's 2 episodes left.
Absolutely agreed.
But then that was down to Jodie and Mandip, wasn't it? That they sort of like, there's kind of an underlying, attraction here and romance between these characters.
Maybe we can hear it in our ears at Big Finish. Maybe Nick Briggs is on it before we know.
Hello, I'm the Doctor. What's going on round here? I like this as well because it's like, oh, so at the end of this episode, they're going to travel together because obviously she'll survive. As a one-time companion, there's not anyone I think would have done better than her had she been a full-time companion.
Yeah, I think of the characters I can think of who have been one-time companions, Astrid and probably Sally Sparrow are like 2 of the ones that I would have loved to have seen go full-time.
Yeah. obviously, like Donna was like gonna like we thought would work, but then she did come back and do it, so that was nice.
She wasn't originally though, was she?
No, I think it was late in the day because if you've got the Doctor Who, the writer's tale, he's writing a different companion for series 4 and then changes it
It was
because it's
meant
like
to be. You probably know this, but it was meant to be. Is her name Penny, the journalist who ends up
yes,
strapped to the chair? It was meant to be her.
but then in terms of we instead of introducing a companion we've seen before in a series that's going to be quite big, have it be someone the Doctor already knows and then just becomes closer with because he just wants a mate.
Woman from Waters of Mars, the character who
Oh,
spoilers to Waters of Mars.
Adelaide Brooke.
Adelaide
I think
would
she
have
would
been
have been a great,
incredible.
she would have been a great companion had she lived on.
Lindsay
But-
Duncan's a fantastic actor.
She really is. But also, I think her story works perfectly as it is.
Yeah, she serves a
Oh, yeah,
purpose.
of course. Yeah,
They
not just
leave it a
leaving
bit
to-
open
I'm
for
just thinking,
Chris.
what
Sorry,
if-
Connor, Karen.
No. I'm just going to say, like, what if that hadn't happened and we did have her for a big Finish revival, or more on screen or whatever, or we had more of her on screen just playing different characters. All right, people can have reprised and played other roles anyway in the universe, but I just if Waters of Mars hadn't gone out the way it did, not to say that it wasn't perfect already, but she would have been a great older companion, like in that classic style. If we had more of Lindsay Duncan.
They tried to make Lady Christina sort of think of, she would have been the ultimate companion as we could have been so good together. No, I think, had the money allowed, a series of Kylie and David would have been fucking erotically amazing.
The chemistry.
Maybe that's why the BBC didn't want it. It would have been too sexy.
Too hot for TV before the ages of streaming. Well, this was early days of streaming, 2007/08 time.
I love that. Like how clever that is that he got down to one question and it's, am I right? Because he does the whole exposition thing.
That is how you do exposition well. It's so well done.
Because the Doctor is naturally clever, he would think of those kind of things.
Yeah.
And they kind of try and do it again later when he's in Deck 31, didn't they? When he's like doing and then he makes that weird dated reference to The Apprentice, even though it's still on. It's like, it's like, you set me a task and I'm your apprentice. You love it, just watch. And then he's like working out the whole reason. But that's not enough. I love the get around of he's got one question to save his own life and he does it. And I like how, had the ship been in, a bit better working order, she could have been saved, possibly. But the situation they're in prevents her from ever really having a chance. We'll get to the only bit I don't like in that scene when it actually happens. Because it's a very obvious ADR line. If you guys haven't, do watch the confidential on this episode, like the full one, because that is such
I just had a moment there. I just like, if you were to call anyone like the ultimate superstar of like maybe even the last 50 years, it probably would be Kylie. Like she's done everything and she's still going. Like, she really is an incredible person.
And she's the same age now that William Hartnell was as the Doctor when he started.
Oh wow.
Do you reckon the Doctor subconsciously sort of like takes her in as well because he's like she possibly? I'm not just being stereotypical, but because she reminds him of Tegan.
Maybe.
Because he's also like trying to make an effort to be overly nice because he knows how much he fucked up Tegan's life. My name is Max. This is Davros pre-Davros, isn't it?
Potentially.
It really does that.
Because my name is Dav. Ding.
but his surname's Ross.
Exactly. Exactly.
Imagine that. You know the Sutek reveal at the end of Legend of Ruby Sunday. Imagine that, but it's like a man named David Ross.
Yeah.
It was the wrong
Honestly,
anagram.
I wish I liked Empire of Death more because I enjoyed Legend of Ruby Sunday. I didn't even mind how they handled Sutek. I was just disappointed with everything they did with Ruby's mother.
The build-up was spectacular, but it was just that lack of payoff, and it felt just nothing.
I don't even mind the fact that they made Ruby's mother a normal woman. I just hate how they RTD specifically made us think she was going to be something more, and then kind of went, "Oh, you're idiots! You thought she was going to be anything but normal." It's like, oh,
Yeah, but
you told us that, you dick.
Yeah.
It still irks me that Empire of Death at time of recording / before Joy to the World, is the last bit of who we've got currently, and that bugs me.
Yeah.
There you go. It's like a task. I'm your apprentice. Like, I know it sounds like we hate Russell, but we really don't. He gave us this era because I think Mr. TARDIS did like a good tweet on it earlier. It was like, if you showed someone series 1 and then season 1, you probably wouldn't think that it was the same writer.
Universes. No, definitely not. 2 different worlds, universes. Yeah.
There's a lot of fireworks happening outside. Happy New Year, everyone!
Hey. Ding.
Penhaxico 2. Do you have to have seen Penhaxico 1 to get it?
He looks like Doctor Who's like answer to Blofeld a little bit.
He does.
Yeah, I'm getting Blofeld vibes. Yeah.
But in all fairness, I am currently in the middle of watching all one film, so that might be why my brain went there.
So am I. Is it because they're all on Prime, Andy?
No, it's because we started watching them ages ago and never got past Roger Moore. So last night we finally got to.
Was he in the way? No, you can't watch this, Andy. I'm standing in your way.
Sorry, it's still night.
Was Roger Moore standing in your way at the DVD player? Like, no, you can't put this on. I need to tell you an anecdote about Lois Maxwell. Yeah, I'm doing that as well because whenever they go on Amazon, I normally watch them, but I sort of like dashed through a different like order of them, and then I was like, I've not actually watched them from the first one to the latest one in a very long time, and I'm compiling a list.
Yeah.
Which hopefully, if I can get my old mate Calvin Dyson to answer me on Twitter, then maybe we can collaborate. I'm on. He follows me on Twitter. Don't know why.
That is very cool.
It is. We should have a bondage episode, Andy.
Yes.
And we should talk about James Bond as well.
I mean, can we get Phil on for that as well? Because he'd love that.
Yeah, we can sort that out. Oh, here we go.
The more the merrier.
It's this bit when the host hits the non-obvious part of the forklift, and he's cut the brake line where David's not on screen. Just so you know that she can't stop. Because as a kid, I was kind of like, why didn't she just hit the brakes?
Yeah.
Here we go. Slow-mo dramatic. My granddad really didn't like this bit of the episode. Like he got a bit upset when Kylie died because we watched it together on Christmas Day. He still denies that he done it, but he definitely had a bit of a cry over this bit.
Don't blame him.
I can't take it as seriously because Max's face is so fucking silly.
Yeah, the inserts of his face, like, oh, he's made a tea.
It's a very emotional moment when you don't see his face.
Can I just so how come the host were just holding him and then just let go of him so that he could get away and stop this? That's all a bit there it is. And then the meme that that bore a friendship on the internet.
There she is, falling into the reactor.
Go back and listen to that episode of was it Spin the Wheel?
It must have been. I can't even remember. You know what? The fucking Kylie joke overtook everything so much that I can't remember what episode we were even discussing.
We were talking about Children of Earth.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? It was Torchwood. I thought it was.
I knew it wasn't an unearthly child.
A lot of slow mo. Maybe
What?
you are watching the Snyder Cut, Connor.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know what I'm watching. In this, like, because I literally played it at the same time. We all went go. I don't know how I'm behind, but whatever. It is what it is.
Wait, what's just happened for you, Connor?
I mean, Kylie hasn't died yet.
Bloody
Oh,
hell.
I don't know. Yeah, okay. I don't know what extra you got.
I must be watching an early cut of the episode. I don't know.
She's
Maybe
very
the
dead
iPlayer
for
version
us.
is streamlined. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because I've not
She's very
finished
dead for
once. I've
us.
not done nothing.
It's very dead. Here comes
This-
Jesus.
She's now in the truck.
Yeah, this is a bit stupid.
Do you want us to pause for like a minute, or
No, I mean, I don't mind. It's fine. It's fine.
maybe
I
we'll
really
sync
don't
up
mind.
at the end? We're just a second out sync with the
Yeah.
rest of the universe. This bit's weird. Good underappreciated part of this episode, Murray Gold's score.
Oh, it's really good.
Oh, big up Murray. Big up
I
Murray.
love Murray. I would have liked if Sagan Akinola had sort of stayed on a bit longer, or someone else had come in, because there was a very sort of we're getting the whole band back together. But this band also didn't pay attention to people, exposing themselves on set in 2005. So we can't be that thankful. I do like Sagan does good music, but Murray just really hits me in the nostalgia bollocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he toe punts me right in the nads with music, and it's great. And if Murray's listening, he can put that on the poster for his next show.
Murray.
Murray Gold, guaranteed to hit you in a nostalgia bollocks.
And I like that everyone, as far as he knows, everyone's dead because Kylie's the only one that came and saved him. So he's like, oh, nothing to live for. I'll just save myself and go home. I'll save this bloke so that Captain Jack can shag him later.
And then go on an additional episode of Big Finish.
Alonso.
Yeah.
The stuff with the Queen is a bit it's a bit much, but for Christmas, I think we're allowed it.
Yeah, we'll have a bit of silliness for Christmas.
Let it slide.
It's just a bit where she's like, thank you, Doctor. Happy Christmas. Even the bridge is that's a good set as well. Well, thank God they used that newsreader and not the other one.
I miss when they did this, when they managed to have cutaways from news sources.
Yeah.
I know they
So it
kind of
felt
brought
like
it back
the real
in the
world
most
was
recent
happening.
series.
Yeah. Like the world was happening around it. Because one thing I'm surprised, one character I'm surprised didn't come back in RTD2 was Trinity Wells.
Yeah.
Because the Doctor was meant to meet her at the end, in the last episode of End of Time. Like they actually sort of cross paths. And then in the confidential, I think Dave was like, and Matt, Stephen, I pass that on to you, bring Trinity Wells home. And then we never saw her again. Created a newsreader that became a character. I know certain use of certain newsreaders doesn't work now, but that's probably the danger of it, of using actual people that are in journalism. But in the bit in Wedding of River Song, when Charles Dickens is being interviewed on BBC Breakfast, stuff like that just sort of makes it feel like, oh, this is happening in the real world.
Yeah.
Do we think the tuxedo Doctor thing sort of became more prominent because it was it's almost like he's James Bond?
Quite possibly.
Because I know they allude to that in Lazarus. You look very James Bondy. Because it was Rise of Cyberman, Age of Steel, Lazarus, this, and then we don't see it again, do we? Because he says every time he wears this suit, something bad happens. But then I like Jodie in Spyfall, where she's like, "It's Doctor, the Doctor," which is a very obvious. That whole episode exists to be a James Bond allegory.
At no point does Alonso think to like tear off any of his like cloth to like just make himself a compress for his gunshot wound. He's just been holding it this entire time.
Mr. Copper, she fell. I'm so sorry, Mr. Copper. And he's so desperate, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's the only unfortunate thing with Series 4 is like those kind of moments, like he becomes a caricature of himself. Like the grunting, the gurning face, the I'm so sorry. Whereas in like all
Okay,
these
so
moments
sorry.
are more real. Like from the first 2 series of him.
I'm so sorry for my face.
Like kicking the thing, like he can do anything, but he just can't do this. And I suppose it's a nice way of saying that, her spirit lives on and she sort of like, goes and sprinkles herself out amongst the stars. It's a good job this doctor never went and saw Kylie live then, isn't it?
The universe would have imploded.
Aww. It's enough to make a grown man get a semi. How can the Sonic open a window
No
when it
idea.
doesn't do wood? What? It doesn't do wood? James Strong directed this, I think. One of the better
Yes.
Doctor Who directors. Because it was like him, Euros Lynn, and Graham Harper directing the last 3 stories in the specials. Like the strongest directors of his era. Like it doesn't look cheap, even though it is. And I know TV looks completely different nowadays. But even then, this didn't feel like normal telly.
No.
Like some of the staging's done so well. And I love that one plaster on his head. Yeah, that'll fix it.
Yeah.
Do you think they debated putting oh my god, what's her name? Patricia Routledge in this episode.
That would have been quite wonderful, to be fair.
Make a space
She
version
should
of the
have.
QE2
You know what?
one.
Fuck Max Capricorn. She should have been the villain.
Maxine Capricorn.
Yeah, I would have. That would have been great.
Would it have been too distracting? But then we're allowed fun, campy pantomime villains. It's Christmas. I do think this bit's a bit nonsensical. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to prison now because I lied on me. I lied on the fact that I was qualified. Let's get you down to earth. And I'm surprised they never brought him back. Like, I know he gets mentioned in Series 4, so the character's presumed to have died in that time, but he was still alive at the time, so he could have been like a Brigadier-esque sort of like, old boy talking to the Doctor about some bollocks. think this is also the point where they had to change the credits because then I don't know if it was just the BBC or like TV in general, but the credits could only last a certain amount of time. So the credits are faster, so they made the writing bigger so you could actually see them more clearly. Because it used to be
I
that
did not know
big
that.
block of smaller writing and sort of slowly move up, but then that's why it sort of goes more bigger and centralized from I think this one onwards into series 4. Because I think the production team were like, well, we'll make the names bigger so you can actually see them if they're not going to be on screen that long. Which is a load of shit, really, isn't it? Yeah. Continues the joke of the snow's not really snow.
Yeah, the snow's never real in the RTD era. It's always the ashes of something.
Yeah, because he says in Planet View, doesn't he? Oh, like real proper snow at last.
Yeah.
And they were going to do it with Waters of Mars. They were going to say it was the atmosphere wash. But they just cut the joke just because it was like, we don't need, a couple of minutes to stop the dramatic tension of...
I was going to say, I feel like that would really undermine the seriousness of the suicide moment if they had that joke in there.
Mr. Copper's accidentally a millionaire.
Yeah.
I've got money. What a nice old man. It's so relatable when he's like, I could have a house with a door and a table and a chair. It's like, fucking hell, yeah. Imagine trying to get a mortgage now, Mr. Copper. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Now don't go paying stamp tax on your
Let's
second
think about
home,
that
all
as
right?
well.
Remember, first time buyers, all right? Bless him.
And then he
Maybe
goes
this-
and marries Patricia Routledge. And
I was
then
just
gets
going to say,
explored.
maybe this is a precursor to keeping up
Richard, yeah.
appearances.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Yes, you'll have a pearl white slimline telephone with last number redial.
I believe that's like the other end of like Cardiff Bay. Like, so he's just walking into the sea.
To become a mermaid.
Yeah, like you can see sort of like the
The
towers
merman.
across the waterway from like where Torchwood is. Oh, there she is. Sparkly space jizz. If Mr. Copper turns left, there's a nice Pizza Express over there.
You'll find Prince Andrew.
and it crosses over with that interview. And Fade to Black. Verity
About the Verity Lambert tribute.
Oh,
Right,
she was
I'm
real.
going to run for a wee. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm on the series 4 It's Coming Soon trailer. Connor, whereabouts are you?
Same here.
I'm saying goodbye to Mr. Copper.
I'm just going for a wee. I'll be right back.
Have fun.
One of these days.
You know what I
you'll
love
smoke
about
a
these
room.
trailers, Connor?
What do you love about
Do you remember when we
trailers?
watched them at the time? Like you would have like no
Always.
fucking clue what's coming up. You're like
At the
"There's
right
an
age, we certainly didn't. Yeah, we certainly didn't.
Yeah, you're trying to deduce like what bits are from the same episode. When you look at it, really, they're all sort of the first 4 episodes once you've seen the series, and
They
it's
are.
quite weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
you got a
mean,
lot
even
of
as a
episode
fully
2,
fledged
episode 1
adult,
in
I'm
there.
still doing that with trailers. I'm watching the same, like without spamming the trailers and ruining it for myself going into things. I am like, where's this bit from? Where's this bit from? But then, like modern marketing, they fucking spoil the whole movie most of the time.
Well, because that had episode 1, 2, 3, bits of 4 and 5, like with Sontarans, and then Unicorn and the Wasp, and nothing else. So you didn't have Doctor's Daughter,
No,
Midnight,
no
the
Daleks.
River
Certainly
Song
no Davros.
two-parter, and Turn Left and all that.
Yeah,
So
the
that's
back
quite
half of the season. Nothing.
But it's quite a good trailer, isn't it? Like in terms of it just fucking. I mean, you're going to see in a minute. Like, let me know when you start watching
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, in 10 minutes' time, I'll let you know. Yeah,
2007 copyright. Beautiful. That was lovely. Right, I'm going to close that down.
Oh, I will, oh, I will. Yes, to all you viewers, just have a nice life. That's all I say. Just have a nice life.
Do that for me, Mr. Copper. Have a fantastic life.
You were
It
fantastic.
would be nice to see
You
Chris
know
try
what?
and do that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I mean.
millionaire now. Fuck off and buy a house.
Go over Pizza Express on the left. Turn
Maybe that's what
left.
Turn Left was actually about.
Exactly.
Horrible.
Exactly. Big Finish, get on it. Nick Briggs, Christopher Eccleston box set right there. There's a lot of hers he won't forget.
I won't forget her, whatever her name was. Is yours on the trailer, Con?
Fade to Black. I'm guessing. Oh, in memory of Verity Lambert. Yeah.
I don't know how you got like 2 minutes behind.
I have no idea. Well, I don't know. It's 1 hour and 15. I don't know because all the runtimes say 102 minutes, but I haven't paused or anything. I don't get how you were ahead of me. I don't know. I feel like I definitely had like an earlier edit where I don't know some scenes were slightly longer because I don't know where I desynced because I was pretty in sync. Like certainly the Titanic.
I don't think you desynced. I think there might have just been like a few little bits that are cut in the most recent edition that are still in your version.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, don't know.
It must have happened quite early on as well because I think
exactly, but I can't tell you when.
We met Max. I can't remember what the name's now. We met Foon and her husband like a little bit before you did, so it must have been quite in the beginning.
Yeah, for sure, but I don't know. It was definitely with Flo and Plume. Like you said lines that they then said, and yeah, but I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is.
That's why physical media is important because they will keep editing the digital ones. If you guys want to go over just your brief thoughts on that episode, I'm also going to just quickly nip next door for a wee. I didn't want to leave Connor on his own.
That's fine. You know, I enjoyed it more than I remember enjoying it, and I think it did help that I was watching it with you guys. To be fair, because that made it a bit more fun. Normally, Voyage of the Damned, even though I love the Kylie memes and the stuff that sort of we've created from it, it's never really been an episode that I've always thought particularly highly of. I've always just called it as which is weird because I know everyone else seems to most people seem to agree that it's one of the best Christmas specials, but it's always been very mid for me. But
wow, okay.
Watching it with you guys made it very fun, and it is a decent episode. To be fair, watching it back, it's not as I liked it more than I remember liking it in the past. And I think I maybe appreciate bits of it a little bit more now. I think everything is
partly little tiny 5% alcohol, but I like to think that's just age and hindsight, and just appreciating the smaller things, I suppose, and without sounding old and savvy. But yeah, I don't know. The way I remember it in 2007 is different to the way I watched it tonight for sure. But I feel like I've only watched this one a couple more times since the broadcast, so. I don't know, but I've always remembered this one fondly, but I don't know whether it's because I was at the right age and I'll just remember the ending with Kylie's character and it forever stuck me. I don't know. I don't know, because I'm thinking death wasn't a new thing for New Who, but then Kylie's brief role and shocking demise at the time was really powerful with me anyway, and poignant. As the era goes on, we obviously get a lot more of that anyway. I don't know. I've always liked this episode, and it was fun watching it now.
There's certain parts that I remember finding a bit silly when I was a kid that I find even more egregious now. Like that shot of the angels just like flying the Doctor up is just that's very silly, and I've never thought that was particularly good. I don't know what it was about watching it this time, because this is the first time I've watched it in a long time, to be fair. I kind of recognise the way that all the different parts of the episode are kind of set up right at the beginning, really. Like everything you need to work out the story is set up quite well at the start, like with the bracelets and all the stuff with Max Capricorn around, and yeah, I think it is actually set up a lot better than I remember it being.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah, no, it's a solid episode. So it's at least a 9 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10 minimum.
I you know, that one's grown on me a lot. It's top 3 for me.
Yeah,
It was nice to watch it with you
yes.
guys because I think we should do this every year. Watch a different Christmas special.
Oh, I'd be absolutely down for that. Kylie's definitely the highlight for me. I think I underestimate how good an actor she is, and I think she's actually really good in this.
And I didn't do the Australian accent once.
I can't do an Australian accent.
Fall down a fucking reactor again. Get Danny. That's
no
for the
more
spin the
putting
wheel
troops
fan.
on the Barbie for me.
Yeah, that's for you, Mike. Wherever you are in the cosmos.
In the
That makes it sound like he's dead.
Jinx.
Wherever you rest, Mike.
He's scattered. It's scattered amongst the stars in a big blue sort of CGI.
CGI.
Him and Kylie, him and Starlight Kylie are just making out in front of Jupiter.
Yeah. He'd love that. Mike, edit that in. Send us the picture. We can show it.
Right, I have. Which of the 2 games I've made would you like first? Would you like? Sorry, go on.
You can be the host, and you can decide, Andy, because we are forever grateful that one, you just came on and chatted absolute bollocks with us, but you've made them, so whatever you think first, we'll go with.
Well, they're both going to be fun games of George v. Connor.
Oh,
so we'll see how you guys do.
What happened to teamwork?
Oh, where's the fun in that?
Is this a doomsday? Is this Daleks versus Cybermen? Is this a doomsday situation?
You are better in only one respect.
Whichever of you loses, you are better at dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you are our heavenly host, aren't you, Andy?
I shall be, yes. Oh god, no one ever describes me as heavenly. I'm too gay for that. Anyway, so just to sort of go over it, because I can't remember exactly how much of the Wupfluff lore you guys are aware of. Do either of you know what the name game is that we do on We Pay for Your Lore?
I've not watched an episode of yours in a while, which is a crime. Just enlighten me.
We have ones going out at the minute. We are on a little bit of a break from recording just because Sarah's dealing with some stuff. But we have our Halloween episode went up last week, and we've got I think 2 more coming out before there might be a little break. Anyway,
everyone go watch and listen to it.
The way this works is in honor of the special and the season, the celebrity that of choice here is Kylie Minogue.
Mm-hmm.
I have written out 12 different sort of variations of Kylie's name. They all rhyme, and they're all to do with her performing an action or being related to something. So let me think of an example that I can give you. I really should have thought of this beforehand. Really. So, a really easy one and one that isn't on the list, so it doesn't matter if you hear this one. What would it be called if Kylie Minogue is saying farewell to someone?
Oh. Bye, Lee Minogue.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly how it works.
Okay.
So I have a list of those, and then once we've done that, I have a Doctor Who quotes thing as well. So
fabulous. Thank you for doing this, Andy. It really is the joy of the season.
It's fine. I thought it would be fun. Okay, so number 1, like I said, we'll see who gets the most points. What is it called when Kylie Minogue is being used to reduce the wetness of something?
Connor, do you know this one?
To reduce the wetness of something like dry. I'll say like dryness, but it ain't dryness. Dry. I don't know.
It has to rhyme with Kylie Minogue.
I've got it, but I'm seeing if Connor can,
No, my thinking power's gone at the minute.
Is it Dryly Minogue?
Yeah, it's Dryly Minogue.
Yeah, okay, fine.
It just has to rhyme. It's stupid. There's no logic to it. It just has to rhyme. Okay. What's it called when Kylie Minogue is a method of cooking usually used with a pan?
Oh,
Panly Minogue.
what do you do in the pan? You
Boiling Minogue.
My favourite thing about this, right? My favourite thing is immediately George has become the Phil and Connor has become the Sarah, because Sarah never fucking understands how this game works. After 3 seasons, she's like, "What's a rhyme again?"
so it's not a Kylie, it's a
What's that boiling? What do you mean?
But it has to rhyme with
one
Kylie.
Kylie. So a deep fat Riley.
Fryly Minogue. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting it, but I think he's not happy about it.
He'll get there.
It might
Fine.
end in a real argument like actual Christmas.
Please don't kill me. What's
Go on.
it called when Kylie Minogue is just weeping unconsolably?
Yeah, Cryly Minogue.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh,
He's,
shit.
he's
I
on.
just dropped
He's
my
locked
phone.
in now. Now he's gonna fucking destroy me.
Sorry about that noise. I just dropped my phone on my keyboard. We're all good. Okay.
That's all right.
What's it called when Kylie Minogue is a metal typically used for creating cans?
Oh, what? What the fuck?
I'll give
Now
you a clue. This
like
lot,
easy
this,
ones, and then it was like,
thi-
and his side.
Cyberly Minogue.
this. What was that, Connor?
No, I was thinking Cyberman. I heard metal and I was like, Cyberman. Cyberly Minogue.
This part doesn't use Kylie as the rhyme. You're looking for the rhyme in her surname.
Oh, okay. So is it Kylie Minogue?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Clever. You've thrown
What's
us
it-
off by changing it.
What's it called when Kylie Minogue releases a breath of despair?
A breath of despair.
Or like exasperation?
Wait,
Yeah, this is the first one again, isn't it?
Cyly Minogue. Cyly
Yes,
Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay. What's it called when Kylie Minogue is... Oh, how do I word this one? What's it called when Kylie Minogue is banished from a place?
What? Oh,
So Banley Minogue. She's banned. Like Bard Minogue. I don't know. That's Banley Minogue.
What's the word for like banishing someone? And like, you know, so you can never return.
Yeah, like your Bard.
Kylie
You're
Minogue.
banned.
What was that, George?
Kylie Minogue.
Yes, there you
Excellent.
go.
Kylie Minogue. Jesus.
I was literally like,
What's it?
I was going to say Kylie McGo.
Kylie, that would have been a good one.
Kylie Minogue, I love that.
Minogue.
What's it called when Kylie Minogue is a west? No, sorry, not west. What is it called when Kylie Minogue is an East Coast English seaside town?
Oh,
What? What? I'm getting into
East
character
Coast
now.
seaside town.
East.
I
Portsmouth Minogue.
have been a little bit mean here because it is quite northern. So it's quite near Scarborough.
Oh, I don't know. I'm stumped on this one. Connor, you got anything?
No, pass. Eccleston joke. I don't
Finally,
know, pass.
Kylie Minogue.
Oh, finally, of course.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What's it called when Kylie Minogue has developed? What would be the right word? What's it called when Kylie Minogue has developed body parts typically used for swimming through water?
Oh, Kylie Evolve? I don't know.
What?
No,
Wait,
you're
repeat again, Andy?
What's
If
it
you-
called
if you
when
don't mind.
Kylie Minogue has developed body parts that would be used for swimming through water?
Developed body parts that for swimming through water.
Think about what fish have.
Finley Minogue. Finley Minogue, like a fin. Like she's a mermaid. She's got
No,
a fin.
not quite. You've got the right word, wrong place.
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
Yes,
Kylie
there we
Minogue.
go.
Wow.
Kind of got that
okay.
before me. Hold on.
All right, I'll give it. I was going to say I didn't hear who got it first. I was going to give it to you both. I'll give it to Connor then. What's it
Lucky
called when Kylie Minogue is a bottle of sometimes flavored alcohol?
Oh, because this could go
Kylie's
either
got a
end.
bud to go.
What was that? Sorry.
No, Kylie's got a bud to go, as in a bud wine.
Um,
Gone blank.
Winely Minogue.
Yeah, Winely
No,
Minogue.
that's not what I've gone with. I'll make
Kylie
it a bit more
Minogue.
specific. What's it called when
Kylie
Kylie Minogue?
Winogue.
Yeah,
No,
Kylie
no.
Minogue. Yeah.
No,
No?
that's not what I've gone with. What's it
Kylie
called when Kylie
Prosecco.
Minogue is a bottle of alcohol, that can be flavored, typically made from grains such as wheat or barley.
Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
Kylie Minogue. Wow. Okay.
Very clever. I like this
What's
game.
it called? What's it called when Kylie Minogue has gone on a massive shopping spree?
Being
Kylie
Australian.
Minogue.
I have no idea what either of you said, but it didn't sound like either of them rhymed.
Biley Minogue.
Yes,
B-U-I-L-E.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
What's it called when Kylie Minogue is a trash receptacle?
Danny Minogue.
You know what? You get a bonus point for that. No, I won't actually, but that was very funny. Nicely done.
Connor, do you know this one?
No, I pass. Pass. I drink. If I pass, I just say drink.
Fair. Did you know it, George?
Binley Minogue.
Wrong part.
Oh, Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Last one, quite apt given what just happened in Voyage of the Damned as well. What is it called when Kylie Minogue develops the ability to travel through the air?
Kylie does to go. Kylie does to go. Kylie just fucking go.
Diley Minogue.
No, we're focusing more on the fact that she managed to travel through the air.
Skyly Minogue.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but that does work. That's not what I've gone with because it's the actual travelling that's important, but I like that.
Flyly Minogue.
Flyly Minogue. There, I couldn't say that then. Flyly Minogue. There we go.
Wonderful.
So
What a lovely
George
game.
won that one. I'm sorry it was so stupid. This one
No,
makes
that
the
was
way.
fun.
This one's a lot easier to understand. But I figured since we've been meaning to have you on We Pay for Your Floor for a long time, I'd bring a little bit of We Pay for Your Floor to you instead.
Yes, and then
So
you bring.
the second-
Then we will be on. You pay for your. We pay for your.
We will
you.
be.
You pay for us.
Once Sarah's ready to record again, we will let you know what sort of when we're thinking about trying to record. It's
Yes,
just again making
definitely.
it fit around everyone's lives and jobs and stuff. Okay. So this other one I've made is a lot simpler. It's just tell me which character said this quote and in what episode it was said in.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, right.
they're all New Who just because I'm way more familiar with it.
Yeah.
And
Fine.
they're from all across New Who. I think there's only one series where there's 2 quotes from it. I've tried to pick ones from different series.
Ooh.
It was a little bit difficult with Jodie, so I've only gotten like 2 quotes from her era, and I didn't do any from RTD2 just because I don't know it well enough to remember quotes yet.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Wait, what?
He was doing David Tennant. He was being.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
Oh, with him.
To RTD2 viewers out there, we're so sorry.
Right.
We're so sorry.
Okay. Number 1. Just tell me who said this quote and in what episode it's in. Darling, those are genders.
Oh,
Wait. What? Daleks
Don't
those
know.
genders? Wait, what did you say? I misheard it.
Darling, those are
Yeah,
genders.
Darling, those are genders.
are you cheeky enough to give us the year?
2017.
What?
So season's 10. Fuck.
This is series 10. Missy must have said it.
Yes.
Then.
It
Sure.
was Missy. It was Missy.
Great. One
I'll
of
give you
the
a-
trilogy, the Monk trilogy. Is it the Monk trilogy? Again, my least watched era.
I'll give George a point for saying it was Missy first, but I'll give whoever gives me the episode first a point as well.
Extremis. I can't tell you the scene or anything, but Extremis, just to say random episode from series 10.
I'll say World Enough in Time.
George is correct.
No way.
It is the scene where she's outside the TARDIS with Nardole and Bill, and she introduces them as exposition and comic relief. And Nardole says, "We're not functions," and she goes, "Darling, those are genders."
Oh, very good.
Oh.
I tried to go for ones that are a little bit more obscure. I didn't want to go for
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
ones. Okay.
You went for obscure of the obscure for me, but yeah.
I mean, I love Missy, so I quote Missy quite a lot. Okay, next one is one of my favourite quotes from all of Doctor Who. "If we're going to die, let's go out looking like a Peruvian folk band."
Oh, I think I know it, but I'll let Connor have a guess first because I'm gracious.
Can we do year? Can we have the year, please?
2010.
It's very cold, Connor. It's very cold in there.
Wait, Christmas Carol then?
No, there's a choice to be made.
Oh, that episode I forgot. Amy's choice. It ain't called Amy's Choice, is it? That episode?
It is Amy's choice.
That is the name of the episode. All right. Well, I can't tell
Right,
you.
you've got 3 characters to pick from. Who's it going to be?
I want to say, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Arthur Darvill.
It's Amy, isn't it?
It is Amy, yeah. It
When they
is
make the
one of my
ponchos.
favourite silly moments from the whole show is when they're freezing to death in the TARDIS and they all find some ponchos in a cupboard in the TARDIS and Amy just goes, "Oh, my boys, my poncho boys. If we're gonna die, let's go out looking like a Peruvian folk band."
Very good.
Yes, it
Right,
was
yeah, I can
Amy.
picture it now. Yeah.
So it's Connor said Amy's choice, so I'll give him the point for that, and George said Amy, so I'll give him the point for that.
Nice.
Next one. This is a long one. Can boil an egg at 30 paces, whether you want it to or not, actually, so I've learned to stay away from hens. It's not pretty when they blow.
Jesus.
I know. Wait, hang on.
That's two.
What?
Do you want the year? Or do you want me to say it again
I'm going to
first?
guess it's 2013.
I'll say the quote again. Can boil an egg at 30 paces, whether you want it to or not, actually, so I've learned to stay away from hens. It's not pretty when they blow.
Okay, it is. That's got to be 2013 because I think I know it.
Drink. So I say drink. I'm out.
You don't know, Connor? So I'm going to guess
No.
it is the 10th Doctor.
Oh, you're thinking Day of the Doctor?
Yes.
It is the 10th Doctor, but it is not Day of the Doctor.
Oh, do I get one more guess or am I out?
You can have another guess if you want. I've given you the point for knowing it was the 10th Doctor.
Connor, guess an episode. You might get it.
Before you do that, Connor, I will give you the year to help. It's 2007.
Oh, fuck. I was way off.
Series 3. But so, all right, say the quote again for me then, please.
Can boil an egg at 30 paces, whether you want it to or not, actually, so I've learned to stay away from hens. It's not pretty when they blow.
Boil an egg. So isn't it not 42? He's warming up. I don't know. He's boiling like the sun. That's my fault logic. I don't know. Before he gets possessed by the sun.
I think
don't
I've
know.
got it.
No idea. Lazarus experiment or something like that.
Is that your final answer?
Lazarus experiment. Fuck it. I have no idea.
So
I'm
think
gonna say. Okay, George, go on.
I mistook it for the device, and it reads comics in the future. I never know when to stop from Day of the Doctor, but I think now it's when, in Blink, when he first meets the police officer.
It is indeed in Blink when he first meets Billy Shipton.
Great episode. Great episode.
It's when Billy first gets sent back in time, him and the Doctor and Martha find him, and the Doctor's got that weird device in his hand. That's like, I think that's what alerts him that someone's been sent back in time. And it's like,
Yeah.
it goes ding when there's stuff, and it can also boil an egg at 30 paces, whether you want it to or not.
And they all shoot all their scenes in a car park for some reason when it's Martha and the Doctor.
Okay. So number third quote is, "You took it apart to make a clockwork squirrel."
You took it
I don't
apart to
know.
make
This seems like it would be a Capaldi thing or a Matt Smith thing.
Do you want the year, guys?
Go for the year.
Sure.
It's 2015, so you are right. It is a Capaldi thing.
Oh, okay.
You took that apart to make a clockwork squirrel.
You took it apart to make a clockwork squirrel.
See, my immediate gut reaction is it's River in Husband's a River Song.
Oh, I can imagine her saying it. No?
I'll pause you on that. Connor, do you have a different guess?
It's not. Is it not Husband's a River Song? Because I've got Alex Kingston singing it in my head, even though if it ain't her now.
It is not. It is not.
Quick, guess a different character, Connor. You can do this. Who was his companion?
Well, it's not. It's not Clara. It don't sound like a Clara thing, is it?
It is Clara. It is Clara.
Say the quote again. I'm not imagining Jenna Coleman. Say it.
You took it apart to make a clockwork squirrel.
Oh, but okay, I can see
it is Clara. It is Clara.
Yeah, but again, scene episode. This is my weak area. The Moffat area is not. The Moffat era is not my strong suit. No idea. No, I don't. I can openly admit that. Drink or no drink. No idea. No idea. I've only watched these episodes once because of George. So.
Okay.
He hadn't seen Matt Smith's era until I met him. And that was like...
I hadn't seen Series 6 through Series 7 Part 1, yeah. And then...
Go on then, what's the episode, Andy? Out of our misery.
Yeah, no idea.
It's Under the Lake.
Is it? Oh.
It's the first part of the Lake two-parter when they see the thing on the wall that's like the song that gets stuck in their head. And Capaldi's like, oh, it's an earworm. And he turns in when he's trying to explain to the group what that means. He's like, Clara, why don't I have a radio in the TARDIS? And she goes, well, you took it apart to make a clockwork squirrel. And he goes, yes, but it was also because I heard Peter Andre's like Mysterious Girl on a loop for 2 weeks or something like that.
Very good, very good. I like the style of quotes you've gone for. This is really good.
Okay, really next one. This one was tough. I will not blame you if you don't get this one because I had to dig deep to find one that I liked for this character. She's not your wife. She's furniture with a pulse.
Oh.
For this character, so it makes me think that it's 13.
Mm-hmm.
Could you give us the year?
It is 2018.
So it is okay. What happened in 2018? Oh, I think I know. I'll let Connor have a go first.
No. I'll be here all day. No, go ahead.
I'm probably completely wrong. Is it the 13th Doctor in It Takes You Away?
It is!
Talking about Grace the Frog.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is.
No way. I knew a thing about Jodie. Hooray!
Okay, next one. Connor, I'm going to let you have first dibs on this one, because hopefully it's one that you're going to be a bit more familiar with. Well, mine was with a giant spider, but same difference.
Well, Runaway Bride. Runaway Bride.
It's not Runaway Bride.
Yeah, Connor.
Oh, fucking giant spider.
Connor,
all right, Planet of the Spiders, 1973. No, spiders. Mine was with a spider. Yeah, all right. So it's Donna. 2008 Series 4. Donna's talking about, Avengers, and she's like, "Yeah, my first time was with a spider."
Yeah. Huh? Okay, so it is Donna, and it is 2008. So I'm going to give Connor the point for Donna, but.
Oh wait, no, is it not? Is it like Journey's End or Stolen Earth, where she's basically they're talking about the companions and look, I was with the Daleks. Oh, I've done this, and yeah, my first time was with a spider. Like, is it Journey's End then when they're all meeting?
No, it's not. It's not.
No,
it's not.
Right,
George, what do you think the episode might be?
Mine was with a giant spider. I'm trying to I've heard that
It's
line.
Donna talking about Arachnos. It's Donna talking about the Arachnos for sure.
She's talking about the Ragnar.
It is going to talk about the Arachnos.
But I'm trying to guess when she would have had that conversation because I don't think it would have been in the first 3 episodes.
No, I don't remember it being early on.
It must have been with Martha. So Poison Sky?
Nope.
No.
Sontar and Stratagem then.
No.
Oh.
Do you want me to tell you?
Is it the Doctor's daughter?
Nope.
Ah,
Unicorn and the Wasp.
It is Unicorn and the Wasp.
No. Okay, that was the most random
Well done.
episode and season.
he
But
got
whatever.
2 points.
Okay,
Well
cool.
done.
She's talking to
Yeah.
Agatha Christie when she finds out that her husband cheated on her.
Oh,
Right.
Oh.
They're
Right.
talking about the fact that Agatha caught her husband with another woman, and she's trying to comfort her about it. So Agatha,
Oh,
well,
yes.
Donna,
I can picture
Donna
it
mentions
now.
something about her marriage, and Agatha's
Yes.
like, "Is my marriage a stuff of gossip now?" And she's like, "No, I didn't mean it like that." And she's like, "No, it's true. I found my husband with another woman, a younger, prettier woman. Isn't it always the way?" And then to comfort her, Donna
Yeah.
goes, "Well, mine was with a giant spider, but same difference."
Yes.
Very
Oh,
good, very good.
That was shot
Connor,
in the
well
dark,
done.
that one. And it worked. It worked.
Next one. This is a short one. I'm hoping you'll get it quite quickly because every time I can hear the voice in my head as I say this. Oh, I get it, Camilla.
Why does that ring a bell? I don't know why that rings a bell.
Can I
but I'm
guess
not
the
gonna
year
read it.
to help Connor out?
Yeah,
2006.
that is correct.
Camilla. I feel like that's Runaway Bride. I feel like it's Donna or Jacqueline Tate saying about Camilla. But I can't picture the
Jacqueline Tate?
context or the scene. I don't know. No idea.
It's not Donna. It's
Connor,
not Donna.
who's the Doctor's companion in 2006?
What, Rose then? Oh, no, is it New Earth? Cassandra in Rose's body. It's Cassandra in Rose, right? New Earth.
It's not. No.
No.
It is Rose. I'll give you Rose, but it's not.
Is it?
I'll give you both a point for Rose because you both kind of said it.
No, I give Connor the point. I was angling it
Okay,
towards.
all right.
Is it Tooth and Claw?
Nope.
Oh, I get it. Camilla.
Oh, Camilla.
It's possibly my favorite episode of the entire first RTD era. I'll be honest.
School reunion?
Sophia.
No, I've got it. I mean, don't give me the point because I've given you too many wrong answers. It's Girl in the Fireplace when he's talking about.
It is Girl in the Fireplace. It's when they're looking at Renette through the mirror. It's her and Mickey, and she walks into the room, and I think Mickey goes, "Who does she think she is?" And the Doctor walks in and goes, "Queen of France" or something like that. And they're talking about how she's going to be his mistress. And Rose turns to the Doctor and goes, "Oh, I get it, Camilla." Yeah.
Yep. Well done.
Like she's the Camilla to the Queen's Diana, essentially.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Who am I giving the point to for Girl in the Fireplace?
I mean,
George,
don't give me
that
the
one.
point because I did too many wrong answers.
Okay, cool. Next one.
Connor the point for Rose.
Yeah, I kind of got the point for Rose. So currently George has 7, Connor has 5. Next one.
Fine.
No,
Yeah.
darling. People are apes. Men are monkeys.
Oh, I feel like I've heard this one as well.
2014.
It is 2014. I think
Oh, no, I
George
haven't
knows it
fucking
already.
read Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Connor. I'm sending it to you in my brain.
Contact. Say it again, Andy, if you don't mind.
No, darling. People are apes. Men are monkeys.
No, is it Deep Breath, Vastra, Solarian?
Yes! Yes, it is!
Yes, I can't picture the scene, but yeah, I can imagine an alien.
It is Vastra talking to Jenny about, I think it's the
Yeah.
Doctor's behaviour. Oh, no, it's when Vastra puts the Doctor to sleep. And she says something like, "Oh, monkeys are so funny." And Jenny looks at her offended like, "Oi!" And she's like, "No, darling, people are apes. Men are monkeys."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I somehow knew it was Pat Oyster going. Yeah, I knew it was.
Yeah, it is.
That. Yeah.
Nicely done. Okay, next one. I do not think it'll take you long to get this one. She's climbing out the window, isn't she?
Go on, Connor. You know this one. 2005.
She's climbing out the window. She's climbing out the window.
You're currently tied, so if you want to just jump in on it, Connor, and get George, and get yourself 2 points.
Yeah, you don't get. I mean, I'm blank. Climbing 2005 out the window. What window?
my most underrated episode of series 1.
It's very good. It's set on the
Boomtown?
rift.
It is Boomtown. It is
I mean, yeah, sure. I
Boomtown.
can't remember no fucking. No, I do remember Window. It's yeah. The Doctor's chasing Margaret, isn't she? Or about is the Doctor the one that says it, or is it Rose?
It is the Ninth Doctor. Yeah, it's when they go to meet
sure.
Margaret in her office, and the guy comes out and she's like, "The mayor's up to rising paperwork right now. She'd love to see you, but she's very busy.
Oh
Would you like to make an appointment?"
I'm out the window, isn't she?
It's the beginning
Yes,
of
she
the
is.
chase.
Yes, she is. Yeah, it's right before the chase scene. Right, George,
okay.
you're now 2 points behind, so feel free to jump on this next one if you know it straight away.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah,
Okay.
I won't be offended. I won't be offended.
Next one. This is very short. Lover Tomb.
Tomb.
Is it
Tomb.
the 11th Doctor?
Yeah. No. Yes.
No. Oh
Go
my
on.
god, it's River.
In which episode?
Is it River?
It is River.
Time of Angels or Flesh and Stone.
Day of the Moon.
It's not. It is Day of the Moon. Yeah. It's near the end of Day of the Moon where she finishes shooting up all the silence and puts the
What are you
gun
a
in her
doctor in?
holster like a
Archaeology.
badass. Yes. Yeah. Rory's like, "What are you a doctor of? Archaeology." Shoots one silence. Lover Tomb.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had to get a River
Yeah.
one. You guys know I love River. I had to get a River one in there. Okay, next one, Connor. I think you might know this one. I've slightly changed this one just because the character says a different character's name in this quote, and if I kept the name in there, it would give it away completely. So I've taken the name out, but the quote still works.
So what?
Here
So
we
what have you
are.
called them? What have you called them instead?
Dave.
I've just taken the name out, but it's
Go.
here we are, complete strangers, and I'm flashing you my knickers.
Oh, I know. 2006.
It's RTD era, right? It's not Moffat.
Yes.
Series 2.
It is.
No, it's Jackie, isn't it? It's Jackie Tyler to Christopher Eccleston. But is it? It's not right.
It is Jackie Tyler, but it isn't to Christopher Eccleston.
No.
I'll give you a
Showing-
point for Jackie. I'm giving you a point for Jackie Tyler because it is Jackie.
You don't meet many.
Don't meet any.
You don't meet many because he says his name, and she's like, "You don't meet many."
Yes.
I don't meet many Daleks out there. I don't meet many Cybermen out there.
George, if you know it, just say the episode because it'll tie you up.
Any of the things.
Have you
I've gone blank.
given up, Connor?
Who the fuck does she talk to in series 1 that ain't the Doctor and almost gets it on?
It's not series 1, it's series 2.
Series 2?
Shall I put him out of his misery?
Yeah,
Go
Shalom, yeah, do it. Yeah, go on.
Love and Monsters. To Elton.
It is Love and Monsters. It's when she's talking
yes.
to Elton. She's talking to Elton in the
Yes.
laundrette.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Damn it.
And
Part of me
she
wants to say that.
turns round to him and she's like, "I'll tell you what, Elton, here we are, complete strangers, and I'm flashing you my knickers."
Yes, yeah. Damn it. That one I'm gutted about.
Okay, next one. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay. Next one. That's really offensive. No wonder everybody keeps invading you.
It's really offensive.
I've got no clue on this one.
That's
Yeah.
really offensive. No wonder everybody keeps invading you.
Invading you.
What year?
Yeah. Please.
2014.
Who keeps getting invaded in 2014?
I figured you might struggle with this one based on something that was said earlier.
Hashtag not my era.
Is it the 12th Doctor?
It is the 12th Doctor, so I'll give you the point because it is him who says it.
I don't know what
wonder who
episode, so I'll let Connor just guess any series 8 episode.
But who the hell keeps getting invaded? Who keeps
Probably
getting
the
invaded?
humans.
Yeah, right. That's It's not to unit, is it? Like death? No. What is either Death in Heaven or part 1 of that story? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. No
Do
idea.
you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Mummy on the Orient Express. Last shout.
It's Last Christmas.
Oh, boo.
It's with the sort of the dream crabs when they sort of find out what they are. I think it's shown as the character's name, and she's like, "Oh, it's like the film Alien." And the doctor goes, "You guys have a film called Alien? Oh, that's really offensive. No wonder everybody keeps invading you."
I can picture that scene. Yeah. Oh, okay.
The 12th Doctor quote I nearly went for was "Don't be lasagna," but I thought that'd be too obvious.
Yeah, that's into the
I
Dalek.
wouldn't have got that. I don't think.
Next one. This one isn't really a comedy one, but it's just a quote I really like. Okay. This quote is, "You are observed. That is my power over you."
You will observe.
Oh.
You are observed. You are observed. That is my power over you.
What year?
2022 or 21. Might be 2021.
So it must be with the Weeping Angels. What's that episode called? Fuck.
That is it? No, not the Valley of Angels. What the hell is that episode called? Fuck.
Come on, guys! It's the best episode of the era.
Yeah, the Haunting of the Angels. What the hell was it called? What's it called?
You know what? I'm gonna give you both a point because you know what episode it is. You just forgot the title.
Just the name's gone.
It's Village of the Angels.
Oh, of course, right. It's of the Angels. Fine. I'm giving myself half a point for that. But anyway, yeah.
I'm giving you both a point. You both knew it was the Angels episode. You just couldn't remember the title. But who says it?
Yeah.
I want to say Jodie.
So you're going with Jodie.
Doesn't the angel talk in that episode? Oh, I feel like they do talk at some point.
They do talk. They do talk, but it isn't the angel. But you are closer with that.
That's I don't know. Is it one of the companions? One of the many guest characters in that episode? Then?
Okay, I've been a bit mean. It is one of the guest characters, but he's probably the best guest character of the entire era, in my opinion.
Any final guesses, Con?
Was Vinder in that episode?
Yes, but not in that bit, so...
No. Well, whatever, then I'm out. I don't know.
It is Professor Eustachius Jericho.
Jericho.
Oh, Christopher Jericho, right, yeah.
It's when the angels are like, they first break into his cellar, and after they've tried coming through the TV, and they burst open the cellar door, and he looks at them with this, like, steely glare, and he's like, "You are observed! That is my power over you!" And it's like, and then the angel's like, "We don't care. We have time. Like, we are patient," or something like that.
Right. All right.
Okay, we've got two more, and George's in the lead with 1 point currently. By 1 point, sorry. Okay, two more. That's all human-y private stuff. It just sort of happens. They don't put up a balloon or anything. Sorry, I quoted that wrong. Sorry, that's all human-y private stuff. It just sort of goes on. They don't put up a balloon or anything.
Humanly private stuff. Humanly private stuff. What year, please?
2011.
Oh,
the best series, Series 6. I think I have an idea, but I'll let Connor have a punt.
I'm ruling out Strax because he's a Sontaran with warrior ethic. Strax wouldn't say anything like that in 2011.
It isn't Strax, but I will say if Strax was going to have a quote in this quiz, it would have absolutely been the Times should I send it up. Because that's the part where he whacks Clara in the face with the newspaper.
Yeah. Episode in 2011. No idea. No idea. I'm lost. It's not River.
It's not River. No. Go on, George.
Is it the 11th Doctor?
It is the 11th Doctor.
Being asked about Amy's baby being conceived on the TARDIS in A Good Man Goes to War?
It is! That is exactly the scene.
Yeah, I can picture it now. Yeah,
It's when Vastra is talking to him about Amy's pregnancy.
When did this baby begin?
Yes, and the doctor's like gets very flustered
flustered,
and doesn't really want to answer that question, and then realizes that the first night they were actually in the TARDIS together was on their wedding night.
I mean, because I was jokingly ruling out Strax, but because I technically got A Good Man Go to War, can I get half a point for that?
I'll give you a point for that as well.
Or half. I'm not going to get the full point.
Nah, give him a point.
I'm giving you a full point because it means you might tie this up because currently George is in the lead.
Give him the episode point, and I'll take the Matt Smith point.
Okay, fine. Well, yeah.
Okay, that's 13 to George, 12 to Connor, with one quote left.
And winner takes all.
Okay. Sure.
And I saved this one for last because it is another one of my all-time favorites. All my life, I dreamed about saying that, and I miss it by being someone else.
Oh,
I think I've got it.
Sure. No, but I mean, I don't think I do.
I really want.
I'll say it again for Connor. All my life, I dreamed about saying that, and I miss it. All my life, I dreamed about saying that, and I miss it by being someone else.
Can I guess the year to help him out?
Yep.
2012.
Yep.
Series 7 Part 1.
Series 7 Part 1 then, yeah.
Yep.
I say the quote again. Sorry.
All my life, I dreamed about saying that, and I miss it by being someone else.
I think I've got it. Come on, Connor. I'm sending it to you mentally.
By that, are you typing it to him?
No. He better not be.
I can do.
He better not be. I'm oh no, I'm lost. George, take it. I'm not.
Go on, George.
Are you sure? I believe
yeah.
it is Amy in The Power of Three, when coming just after Rory saying there are soldiers all over the house and I'm in my pants.
It is exactly that, yes. It is when units stormed the Pond's residence and Rory say that was almost the quote. I nearly went with that because I already had one for Amy, and then I remembered right after that she says, "All my life I dreamed about saying that, and I miss it by being someone else." I was like, "No, that's got to be the quote. It's too good." Because her delivery of that line is just perfect.
Fantastic. Well, what a lovely game, Andy. Thank you for those.
Good stuff.
Some Christmas joy.
I tried going for less obvious ones. I wanted it to be slightly a challenge, just because obviously we're all big Who.
It was.
I mean, just a bit of a challenge. Just a bit of a challenge for me.
But that was amazing. Thank you, obviously, for coming on and being part of an episode again. We always love having you on.
Thank you very
obviously,
much. I look forward to being on for Joy to the World.
Yes, you will be back on for Joy to the World, and hopefully season 2, if you're available.
Are we doing a season 1/14 sort of like episode as well? I can't remember if that was a thing.
Yes, I do want to do that. It's about sort of trying to get you all in one place. But if we, get that after Christmas, maybe like closer towards season 2, we can maybe kind of fondly look back. Oh, what's sort of happened so far?
I mean, I feel like most of my input for that episode is going to be talking about how the 2 episodes not by RTD are the best ones.
Yeah, probably. It probably would be that, and I think
I say that I love The Devil's Cord. The Devil's Cord is one of the episodes I've actually rewatched quite a bit from this season. But I do think Boom and Rogue are probably the best 2, to be honest.
They probably are, and we'll see if Joy to the World continues that trend. But yeah, this episode was kind of the birth of a joke that birthed a friendship on an episode with you and Mike many moons ago now. So
many years ago, yeah.
Come full circle and back to that, which is nice. For all you fans that have been listening to Spin the Wheel for the last 3 years, even though it's not been on for the last 3 years, you're welcome.
This just will.
But Andy, where can the good people find you if they've not done so already, which they should have, because You Pay for Your Floor is fantastic, and we will be on it.
Yeah,
that's my New Year's resolution.
The main place you can probably find me is on We Pay for Your Floor, which is a podcast that me and my partner do with one of our best friends who also was our upstairs neighbour. And it's just kind of about us being stupid and having a laugh and playing stupid games and teaching Sarah things. And it's very funny. It births many, many stupid jokes and on-running memes with us. We've had Mike on it. It's just it's good fun. It's good stupid fun. It's literally me and Sarah and our ADHD brains driving Phil absolutely mad while he tries to read us a news story about a lady who flew her dog first class, but we were convinced she breastfed her. Yeah, it's a full thing. It's chaos. If you like ADHD chaos, go and listen to We Pay for Your Floor. Phil's editing is also top notch. He does many cool visual gags.
Lovely stuff. And where can the good people find us, Connor, as you end this fabulous festive episode?
You guys will have found us Nerd Bible content at the beginning of this year, hopefully. Thank you for sticking for us for 52 consecutive weeks all year round. But also thank you for those that had nothing to do on Christmas Eve, or Christmas Day rather, because let's face it, you've watched your episode of Doctor Who and you wanted to hear lovely people talk about it, aka us and only us, because we are the only people that definitely do this thing. Thank you.
Why do you need another podcast for this? This is everything you need.
Exactly. Well, well said. nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com, Facebook, Twitter, X, maybe the box one day as well, Xbox, hopefully, fingers crossed. You guys do. Yeah, you guys don't need me to tell you. The least social person to tell you where to find us. You can find and share us and like us, promote us, not legally, of course. Legally as well, but. Yeah, anyway, do your thing, people. You know what to do. Better than me.
And as this will be out on Friday, the 20th of December, a very Merry Christmas to all of you at home.
Yes, have a very Merry Christmas. Please take a moment, raise a glass for Kylie stuck in that reactor still to this day.
I've got one last
And for Max. Ding.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I am Max.
To Kylie Minogue.
To Kylie.
To HBO.
Padam to you and yours.
Yeah. God rest ye Kylie gentlemen. Andy, thank you. It's always a pleasure. We will see you for Joy to the World. And for you, or we will see you next week, but in the past, because we've already recorded our best and worst of the year by this point, maybe. I don't know. Timelines. But have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Spoilers.
And we will see you in 2025.
You guys too. Have a lovely festive season, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Let old acquaintance be forgotten, old lang syne for all. Oh, that's a New Year's song, isn't it, really?
Yeah, that's a New Year's song.
No,
if you want a Christmas one, I don't want a lot for Christmas. There you go. Bit of Mariah, since it is the season where her powers are most powerful.
Silent night, holy night, Kylie's bright. She was blown up in space. Her body's all over the astral plane. We'll never see her in Doctor Who again. Sleep in spatially aware pieces. Sleep in spatially aware pieces.
Woo!
I'd like to imagine that Connor's just started crying because he just hates that he does this podcast.
Oh. Good night.